Israel says time is running out. Iran is rebuilding. And the next war may already be taking shape. A senior Israeli official issues the starkest warning yet. Force regime change in Tehran. Do it before Trump leaves office. The 12-day war was only the beginning, and what comes next could reshape the entire region. Israel and Iran appear to be inching toward another confrontation, as a series of remarks from senior officials in Jerusalem and Tehran suggest that June's 12-day war has not settled the strategic balance either side hoped for. According to Israel's Khan public broadcaster, an unnamed senior Israeli official said the country should set its sights on toppling the Iranian regime before the end of US President Donald Trump's current term, which concludes in January 2029. The official argued that Iran is working to rebuild advanced missile stocks depleted during the June conflict, and that Israel is monitoring those efforts closely. A separate security source told Channel 13 that if another round of fighting erupts, Israel's response would be much more aggressive than during the previous war. Planners in Jerusalem are also preparing for a conflict that could stretch far beyond 12 days. These warnings follow reporting in the New York Times that Iran has sharply increased missile production and is seeking to overwhelm Israel's air defenses in the next exchange by firing as many as 2,000 missiles in a single barrage.
Iran feels the job is unfinished and sees no reason not to resume the conflict. So Iran is doubling down on its preparedness for the next round.
Vyas added that there was no indication of imminent fighting, but regional officials believe another war is only a matter of time. The Times also noted skepticism among experts that Israeli and US strikes caused as much damage to Iran's nuclear program as initially believed. Back in Jerusalem, the debate over Iran's future raged inside the Knesset, where Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu argued that Tehran's capabilities may be weakened but are far from gone.
We crushed Iran's axis of evil. We distanced and neutralized the dual threat from Iran, the nuclear threat and the ballistic threat alike. This is a real threat, but not what it once was. We act with determination, initiative, and strategy.
The June conflict began with an Israeli surprise campaign against Iranian nuclear and military facilities. Tehran retaliated with hundreds of drones and ballistic missiles. Days later, on June 22nd, the United States struck key nuclear sites in Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. President Trump hailed the operation as the obliteration of Iran's nuclear infrastructure. The war ended on June 24th with a US-brokered ceasefire. Yet, as the months have passed, both Israeli and Iranian officials have spoken openly about preparations for another round. Further reporting suggests the ceasefire halted a more ambitious Israeli plan. According to the Washington Post's David Ignatius, Israel was preparing a final phase of attacks intended to topple Iran's ruling establishment before Trump enforced the ceasefire. A senior Israeli official told Khan that regime change in Tehran should remain the objective before Trump's term ends, warning future strikes would hit Iran's air defenses and key military assets. Tehran dismissed June's attacks as cowardly deception, even as both sides rearm, deepening fears that another far deadlier clash may be looming.